Good evening. Ira Epstein. I hope you like the new look of our quote board behind me. I've added a lot more quotes for you. It is Thursday, and we are now at September 19th, 2024, 6:25 p.m. Central Time. So as you can see, you've got a whole slew of different markets in the currency. So when I want to talk about one of them, what's going on, most of them here for you now. I don't have to worry which one did I leave off. As I step to the side, you can see it goes to the peso, the yen, the Brazilian real. I've given you the four important treasuries: the bonds, the 10-year note, the 5-year, and the 2-year. You've had all the energies there. I have added now a bunch more softs, so if I want to talk about them, I can do that as well. But this is about the metals. This is about today. Now, we had the yin-yang. You heard me talk about that yesterday. And I said how this works on big Fed days is the Fed conference, the news conference ends at 2:15. Just think, what time is that in Asia? Most people, it's 2, 3 in the morning, something like that. By the time you go to Europe, it's 8 o'clock at night or so. So they wake up, they react, and you exploded in the stock market today. A little clue, wake up at about 4 in the morning, take a look, see where the markets are, because now you're seeing how all those other different countries and the traders are playing it. And are they going for the yin, the yang? As you know, yesterday we were up and down, and while you closed okay, and I'll cover that later, you were at the lower end of the day. Today you just took off. Well, we've taken up in the metal markets and gone pretty high at this point in time. And the question is, are they getting a little ahead of themselves? Are they running into the resistance here? We know that the fact of the matter is Fed cutting interest rates often means a dollar that will be lower over time. That's what it often means. Interest rates aren't competing for that. And because inflation, as much as the Fed says it's going to come down, and it is, it's not going to be beaten down a lot more. That's the point that I'm making. And you'll say, but Ira, they're going to go to 2%. I don't think they'll make it to 2%. I've said that over and over. It's going to take a long time for that to happen because they have not solved the issue of shelter. And the way that things get weighted with mortgage rates falling 609 today, I just have my doubts. So I still think inflation problems will be there. Plus, I think that cheaper money will spur on the silver market, will spur on the copper market over time as well, those industrial metals. The elephant in the room is China, and they haven't done anything yet. When we look at the gold market, if we finish right here, we're just about an all-time high close. You're down from it about 7/10. Okay, that's not very big. You've come up pretty good. Now, this was just interesting as can be. You know, you learn from things, and that's the beauty of it. So yesterday, that is Wednesday, you had a market with an outside day up. What it should not do is take out the low of an outside day if you've taken my course on this. So the market didn't take it out today, so the trend is still up, market coming up. Let's go to the next step. The swing line has got higher lows, higher highs, bullish. The market support comes in right here at 2562.80. We're sitting, and we have been sitting at this 2600 level for a while. And the reason is you're fighting with the Bollinger Bands right there. That's a big number at this point, and it's a problem number for the market. You've got higher lows, higher highs into that. And do we have an embedded reading? So if you take a look, 86 and 83 are the numbers. Let's go to today. Let me get you here. This is September 19th, today. Both numbers are over 80. Were they the day before? They were not. So you have Wednesday not embedded. You have the first day of embedding on Thursday. And tonight so far, you can't make it an embedded reading. So I see a market that is overbought, trying to embed. The quickest it can get this done is the close of business on Monday. When I look at the gold-silver ratio, as long as you stay under this 18-day moving average of closes, that's the demarcation point. Above it, you're friendly gold. Below it, you're friendly silver, because you need less ounces of silver all the way through in order to buy an ounce of gold. When we look at silver, this one's really interesting. So if you've taken the course, you get an outside day down. If you take out the high of Wednesday, today's Thursday, and let's go to it, which you did, the market often goes to the closest key number, which would be the Bollinger Band, and before it gets back through that low, that's what it should do. Does it have to? It doesn't. Are we overbought? We are. Do I think this is a problem area temporarily? I do. Do I think that if the market falls back, I'd rather be looking at the market down here at 29, let's call it 29.96 to 29.78? Yes. Have we had a bullish crossover? No. Bullish crossover means the 18-day average would get over the 100. You haven't done that. The 200-day average is way down here. So I have trouble with this chart. It's not a chart that I, as a chartist, would say, I think you got to go in and chase it, and this is where you got to own it. The copper chart's a cleaner chart. It's at least got the higher lows, higher highs. But it hit the Bollinger Band today. For me, that's it. You're not embedded. That's where you go. I teach that when that occurs, most traders that I teach will come out of their longs there and call it a day. Maybe you'll get lucky and the market goes up to the 100. Maybe it goes a lot higher. It's not the high percentage trade. In the platinum, as I showed you yesterday, you had gone up to the Bollinger Band and the 100-day average. That's often where you run into resistance. It didn't stop very much at this 100. So on the way down, the question is, would it be support? And it wasn't. It fell easily to find the support at the 200. Now, as we're going back up, it's a pretty crazy chart. The resistance is right back there in the platinum at the 100. Are we embedding? No, we're overbought. We've had a nice run. I think this is where the pros came out of the market, and I think they walked away. And in the dollar index, well, what you did, and again, outside days are so important. You have an outside day down. If you take out that high, right on top of you is the 100-day average where the support, where the resistance of the market should be. That's the target if you take it out. You took it out, and you came right back. No surprise at all. But these are the kind of patterns that whip the average trader. I teach you how to read them, where they're at. It doesn't matter if it's an ETF, a stock, a futures market. A chart is a chart is a chart. In fact, in my courses, I take the name of the chart off because I don't want you going in with an idea, oh, I'm going to be bullish gold. I'm going to be this. A chart's a chart, folks. If it doesn't say buy or sell, and you have to know the name, you got a problem. It's really that simple as far as I'm concerned. So you put it all together, you come up with things. You'll notice that I didn't put up any news. Tomorrow's one of the first days we have absolutely no major U.S. economic news scheduled for the day. We'll start hearing maybe from some of the Fed members, but I don't see any schedules for them either just yet. So it's going to be more of us watching other events around the world. Want to remind you that one of the ways you can start with me is by joining me in the morning for my morning futures video. And it's in this video that we cover weekly chart, daily chart, swing trades, in other words, shorter term in duration, momentum catching idea. Then we move away from that, and then we try to catch the longer term trade with what I do on the weekly charts. And I update this every day. So before we even get into the video, I show you the open positions that I've been recommending, where they're faring, how they're doing, and I follow them from the beginning to the end, and that's it. I'm not publishing a track record, but I'll follow the trade recommendation that I have open. Is that fair enough? To find out more, just go to iraepstein.com, and when you're there, go to research or move your cursor to the top here and hit research. I'm Ira. I'll be with you tomorrow. You have yourself a great evening. See you in the morning.